This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
I'm here on a job site with Tim, who owns his own electrical contracting business.
3 employees and 2 work trucks.
Tim traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance. We're positively here where he needs us most.
They sure are.
With step-by-step help on all his insurance needs, all for shockingly low rates.
Shockingly low, huh?
Just a little bit of electrician humour. Do you get it?
I got it.
You know, it feels like we have a real connection. All right, I'll stop.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. It feels good to Geico.
You're listening to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where 2 best friends recap romance novels while not being able to self-insert or hold themselves back.
Stack our shelves with the clinches out.
Hey HBs, I'm so excited you're back for part 2. Has your social media been flooded with heated rivalry content? It has been for me, and I'm not mad about it, okay? Before we get to that though, we gotta chat about our bonus episode this week. So, this Friday on Patreon and our Apple Podcast subscription, Sabrina is giving us quickies on the first 2 books in Lorraine Heath's London's Greatest Lovers series. Do you remember how when we recapped Waking Up with the Duke, we talked about it being book 3? Yeah, those are the 2 books that she's going to be talking about, and I just love how bonkers those books are. You know, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my soul. Now, we've had some wonderful people who have joined our Patreon lately, so I want to welcome a brand new batch of excellent humans. Thank you for your love and support, Aaron, Claudia D, Jeremy LG, Josh S, Claudia, and Laura ML. Patreon is where you can get these public episodes all in one shot, early and ad-free, bonus episodes like I just mentioned, and virtual events. Oh God, actually, this Sunday, December 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be watching the first few episodes of the new Heated Rivalry TV show. I mean, that's why we're doing this recap, right? It's been years in the making. Sabrina's been yelling about Ilya Rozanov for literal years. Oh, and with the amount of clips and interviews about this show that I've watched, I'm a little bit worried that I already know every single frame of this thing. But I'm super stoked to be proven wrong this Sunday with a whole Zoom full of HBs. Y'all, the sexual and romantic tension in just the clips. Are we going to survive? I don't know. All right, when we left off yesterday, Ilya had just shown up to the non-descript building that Shane directed him to and discovered that Shane is so paranoid about their illicit activity that he bought them an entire building to have sex in. Fucking adorable. That's where we're jumping in.
So it ends up being like,
oh no, I need to tell you exactly what happens in this scene, please.
okay.
So they're doing cool shit, and then Shane
Cool shit.
loves giving a blowjob. Shane fucking loves it, and it's one of my favorite things about him. So he's going down on Ilya, and Ilya tries to stop him because it's like getting too much, and he really wants to fuck him. And so he's like, wait, Shane, stop. And as Shane pulls up, he gets like really still, and then he just comes all over Ilya's leg, and he's mortified. He's like, oh my God, like you weren't even touching me. How did that happen? The fuck? Oh God. And Ilya is just cracking up at him. And he says, oh no, I really wanted to fuck you. Like, do you still want to do that? And Shane says, I think I'm too embarrassed to get it up again. But like, can I finish blowing you? Oh my God.
Just super duper importantly in this fully furnished bedroom, just super importantly to me, Sabrina, Ilya does toss Shane onto the bed and then is like basically straddling him and is like slapping or like
he's taunting him with his dick
he's
again.
He's tapping his dick on Shane's lips and he's like,
you want it, don't you?
So do you want this? You want this, don't you? Oh, you're starving for it. Yes. And then finally Hollander breaks and he's like, yes, please. And Ilya's like, it's okay. You can take it.
Oh,
it can be yours. And I'm just like, Ilya.
Ilya.
Sir, I need.
Where's my fan?
Yeah, I need like, can I get a cool washcloth over here?
Right?
Hello, assistant.
Make one of those 3 dogs get you a washcloth.
Nah, he's sleeping.
But then Ilya
he doesn't
says,
give a shit.
No, he really doesn't. He could not care less. But then Ilya is like, yeah, he has this moment where he really just sort of privately appreciates Shane, because Shane, like at this point, it's no longer a frantic blowjob. Like it's like he is treating him indulgently to get there. And Ilya is thinking to himself, like, this is one of the best things about Shane. Like, I always feel so good with Shane. And one of the reasons is because it's one of Shane's biggest priorities. Like, he's already come, and yet he's giving me this languid blowjob because he just enjoys making me feel really good. And it's so sweet and wonderful. And then at the door.
And then, super importantly, they have like an after sex talk for the first time because Shane walks Ilya downstairs to wait for his taxi. And they're talking about the upcoming Olympics. And Ilya is honest and shares that, like, it's not that he's anxious, but he does feel a lot of pressure because it's his home country and Russia is hosting the Olympics this year. And his dad's gonna be there, and Hollander's just like, I'm just excited to be here, guys. Like, I'm just happy to be here. And Ilya's like, I have so much pressure riding on me at all times. And then, before he leaves, Ilya kisses him.
He kisses him goodbye, and it's the very first time they've done that. And then he can't stop smiling in the cab on his way home. This is also when we find out that he hasn't been with another dude in like 1 or 2 years. 1.5 to 2 years.
Because if it's not Hollander, he's just not really interested.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So now we zippy zap to February 2014, Sochi, Russia, and we do a whole Olympics that actually doesn't matter at all, other than like Ilya gets humiliated because the Russians aren't working well together. They don't even make it to like a pedestal game. Meanwhile, I think Canada takes gold, right?
I don't remember.
They're at least in the top
2.
They're in the top 2, yeah.
Well, and it's also important because this is one of those moments where Shane texts Ilya because now he's worried. He really finds out how bad it is to be gay. And so, and on a lot of other things. And he's like, man, I'm kind of worried about this guy. So he texts him and Ilya doesn't respond.
Yeah.
And then it's later in the game. Russia's already been kicked. They're already out of the running. And Ilya is standing watching some of the other teams doing
the
things.
Sweden-Finland game, everyone.
Yeah. And Shane goes over to talk to him, and
Just
Ilya's
to say hi
like,
and check in.
he's like, hey, are you? And Ilya says, no,
Not here.
not here. And Shane's like, okay, I get it, but like, I just wanted to. He's like, we
He's
are
like, go
nothing
sit down
here. Shane,
Go sit down.
leave. And then they don't talk again, period, until June and the next All-Star game.
No, until June, the next NHL awards. They're in Vegas.
It's not an All-Star game?
No, it's the NHL awards because they present together.
Yes.
So this is they don't, okay, so they've gone through and this is from Shane's perspective, and he's thinking about the last 4 months. And he's like, yeah, after that humiliation at the Olympics, Ilya didn't want anything, Rozanov, I'm sorry, they're still calling each other exclusively by their last names, but we're not. Anyway, so Rozanov was not interested.
No, because we're best friends, you know?
That's right.
We're
we know him
closer than that.
we're just in their brains.
Mm-hmm.
Rozanov wanted nothing to do with him. He didn't want to look at him, kiss him, talk to him, nothing. Absolutely not. And he channeled... No texting, nothing. Radio fucking silence, unless they were shit-talking on the ice. And Rozanov took all of that, angst and disappointment and all of that energy and just, funneled it in to winning the Stanley Cup. And then he did. And... oh, it says, okay, the humiliation of not even making it to the bronze medal game had seemingly been enough to cause Rozanov to not even want to look at Shane anymore, let alone talk to him, touch him, kiss him. Shane had felt sorry for him, but then Rozanov turned his shame of losing so horribly in the Olympics into fuel that propelled him and the Bears all the way to the Stanley Cup. And when he watches Ilya, hold the cup and, sob and, hold it up in the air and cry and whatever, he can tell that, Ilya's saying, fuck you, I did this to someone. And he, for a minute, is worried that he's saying it to him, but he thinks, probably not.
And he's proud of him.
He's so proud of him. He is. And this happens really early with Shane, where he'll see Ilya's successes. And, of course, he'll have the twinge of jealousy if he didn't quite measure up. But at the same time, he's always so, so proud and happy for him just as a person.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. And then, okay, so they're supposed to present an award together, right? And they've had this whole banter written between them that's Ilya being oh, hey, bud. And Shane being I fucking hate you. Leave me alone. And it's really, really cute. And in the script is Rozanov being oh, hey, can we get a selfie? Because when this is never going to happen again. And Shane begrudgingly does it. But when Ilya holds up his phone, Shane notices that he actually does take a quick burst of 10 pictures.
And then very
of the two of them having a selfie.
His hand lingers as he removes it from around Shane's shoulders.
Yeah.
And Shane's ugh! And so he goes storming off the stage into a fucking janitor's closet or something like that.
Yeah,
and
bathroom,
Ilya
whatever.
comes after him. And then Ilya's so... Or Shane,
Ilya says, are you going to hit your knees and suck my dick?
Okay,
and Shane's fuck you, dude. Why don't you hit your knees and suck my dick? And Ilya's I mean, if you ask me really nicely. But then after Shane, lowers himself to ask very, very nicely, Ilya still says no.
Edges him.
Yeah,
no, this is horny time. Ilya's
I know.
You're going to...
We're going to go sit down.
Rock hard cock. We're going to go sit down. We're going to enjoy this evening. And then tonight, you'll come to my hotel.
Yeah, and then I'll maybe think about doing more than blowing you. And Ilya also says, because they're both up for MVP this year. And Ilya says, if you win, I'll do whatever you want, blow you, fuck you, whatever you want. And then Shane goes, but if you win? And Ilya's I guess you'll have to find out.
And then, listener, Ilya wins.
Ilya wins. Ilya wins. Ilya wins.
He goes to Ilya's room.
Oh.
Ilya has a suite. Ilya answers the door with like no shoes and a half unbuttoned shirt. He's lost like half of his tux. And when Shane gets in there, Ilya says, "Strip for me." And so Shane does, down to his boxer briefs. And then Ilya takes them into the other room, into the bedroom. And he says, "Get on the bed."
Yeah, he orders him onto the bed.
And then Ilya leaves him there to go in the other room and get a cup, like a glass of vodka.
And Shane says that he leaves for an obnoxious amount of time.
And then when he gets back in, he sits down in the hotel room cuck chair.
Yeah.
And says,
"Yes,
show me how you touch yourself.
Put on a show for me." And Shane's like, "What? I've never done anything like that before." And Ilya like goads him into it. And then as Shane is touching himself, like down the stomach, over the boxer briefs, like he's drawing it out for Ilya at this point because he's kind of annoyed and he wants to give it back. And then as he's doing that, Ilya says, "Do you want to know what it feels like?" And Shane's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he goes, "Do you want to know what it feels like to hold the Stanley Cup?" And then Shane says, "You fucker! I'll find out for my fucking self next year, God."
The holidays are here, and that means it's the most wonderful time of the year to save with Rakuten. Use Rakuten to stack cash back from your favorite stores on top of holiday sales. That's savings on savings. With Rakuten, you can get cash back on gifts for everyone on your list. From toys for the kids, to kitchen gear for the person who loves to cook, to electronics for everyone. You can even save on something for yourself. Just shop the stores you love and cashback is automatically added to your account. And you can get paid with gift cards, PayPal, or check. Or eligible American Express card members can even choose to earn membership rewards instead of cashback. It's truly a no-brainer. Join for free today and get a new member bonus after minimum qualifying purchases. Just go to Rakuten.com, download the app, or install the browser extension. That's Rakuten. Terms and conditions apply.
This holiday, deck their countertops with peppermint white chocolate mochas, gingerbread lattes, and pumpkin cream cold brews. Ninja Luxe Cafe is the ultimate gift. It's the #1 best-selling espresso machine in the U.S., perfect for the coffee lovers in your life. If they can dream it, they can brew it. No skills needed. Espresso balanced. Drip coffee rich. Cold brew in a flash. Hands-free silky microfoam. Dairy or plant-based milks. Bring joy into their holiday and every day after with Ninja Luxe Cafe. Shop now.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
So he ends up just basically sitting there watching Shane touch himself until finally Shane breaks and begs. He's like, "Please."
Wait, I think you might have forgotten one tiny thing that was very important to me, Melody. I don't know or not, but Ilya says, like, the lube's over there. And so Shane, once again, he has to do the power thing. And he's like, "Okay, go get it for me." So Ilya does, without like a hesitation or anything, hands him the lube. And then he says, no, he throws it on the bed.
He goes to hand it. Shane goes for it. And then he pulls it back, and tosses it on the bed.
Yeah, it's fucking rude. They're so, the back and forth between these two. Anyway, then he says, "Open yourself up for me." And so Shane is not only touching himself, but he's also like splay-legged, fingering himself right into the view of the cuck chair.
He is so humiliated, but also so turned on by this entire thing. It really
does it for him, you know? Like, there is a part of Shane that loves the humiliation because he's always been like the worshipped golden boy.
I think you're just so cute, Melody, because you're like, you may have forgotten. No,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I did just cruise over it.
Oh, you
But
were
this is
cruising?
why, But this
Okay.
is why it's a two-parter, and that's okay, Melody.
That's fine.
We've made
That's
this decision because we know ourselves.
We made a
and
business decision.
honestly,
That's
with
what we
the
did.
amount of time that I have dedicated my heart and soul to these boys,
Yeah.
I deserve, frankly,
You
a two-parter.
deserve it. Take me out of the equation. You deserve it. That's
Mhm.
right. Yeah.
Mhm. So anyway, so then he begs.
begs.
He's like, please. And Ilya is like, okay, fine. And so he comes over and he ends up flipping Shane over and like kissing between his shoulder blades and holding him down and then just railing him into the
Yeah.
mattress. And after they come, they're laying on the bed next to each other. For the first time, where they're just like, but no. So they've laid next to each other to recover before, but then
Ilya falls over onto him. He like collapses onto his back.
But then for the first time ever, Ilya is up on an elbow, like leaning over Shane and like touching his hair and his freckles and his nose and like just gazing at him. And it feels kind of adoring. And Shane's like,
he sort of doesn't know what to do with himself.
What the fuck is happening? I want this so bad, but also what the fuck is happening?
Can't. And like this is so out of Ilya's character. And then he asks him about his crucifix, and he finds out that it was his mother's, but that's all we find out about it. And then he finds out that he's going back to Russia again in like 3 days. And and then Ilya, I think at this point, feels a little bit too vulnerable about the way that he's been behaving. And so he puts a wall up and he's like, well, better go. Time for you to
Have
probably
fun.
go. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
And
he doesn't
Shane-
want Shane asking any more questions. He's like,
Yeah.
that's not something I'm willing to talk about. And so
Yeah.
Shane, he ends up like getting up and he goes and gets his clothes and like,
He's in the other room.
and then, yeah, it's just,
And he just calls back to Ilya like, bye. And then
goodbye,
Ilya calls
Hollander.
back, bye, Hollander. And that's it.
Ah,
Oh my God. And then HB's 2-year jump. It is October 2026 in Philadelphia. And we find out they've still been doing the same pattern of fucking after games for the last 2 seasons as well. Oh my God. So right now they're in Philadelphia. Ilya is in Philadelphia. Rosanov is. And he's being a total jackass to like every other player on the ice, as he normally does. He's like fighting with people.
as you do.
Yeah. He's like giving people shit. At one point, some guy's like, suck my dick. And then he's like, it'll be the best blowjob of your life, sweetheart. And the guy's like, ugh. And anyway, then he sees a highlight of Shane on one of the big screens. And he, like just his, I mean, I don't know. It's so cute because on the one hand, he's looking at how like adorable and beautiful and like radiant
it's a fluff
he is.
piece. It's a fluff piece about it.
No,
That's not this.
this is him just like winning a game.
Oh, this is the game because the fluff
Yeah.
piece is when he's watching TV.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's just like looking at how radiant Shane is after scoring a goal, and then he thinks to himself, well, I'm going to have to score 2 now just to still one-up him. And so then we see like other scenes of them separate.
experiencing life, and like Ilya talking to his Russian lady friend, which the reason what's her name?
No, it's not now. Shane is at the aquarium with Hayden and his kids, and Hayden's trying to
Yeah.
set him up with ladies. And then this is when Ilya sees the fluff piece on Shane's cottage while he's like trying to buy another spider car, a race car or whatever.
Yeah,
Because he doesn't have one
like,
in
I
yellow.
have a 2015,
Okay.
but like I don't have one in Las Vegas yellow, so like
Yeah.
maybe I need another one because like
And-
that's what makes him feel successful is having a car full of fancy or a garage full of fancy sports cars.
Yeah. And so he sees this fluff piece on Shane like doing yoga on his dock and like his beautiful Canadian summer cottage, and he's just like, you're so fucking boring and lame, he thinks to himself. Oh.
Oh God. And then
Okay.
he's like, he thinks about like the different vibes that they give off. Like he's having a moment because he's he loves what he does, but
Yeah.
he's tired.
Yeah. He's starting to realize he wants something deeper, but he won't admit it to himself.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is what's going on.
Yeah, and he definitely won't admit it to anybody else.
And then this is when we have that prologue scene is right between, it's like right in here, where Shane is feeling like really like humiliated and, you know, like disappointed in himself almost that he won't just cut this off.
Yes.
And then it's November 2016 and we're in Boston.
Yes. And so this scene shifts because Shane is like, I'm going to his apartment. What the heck? Yeah. So he shows up to Ilya's apartment. It is after a game. And by the way, Hayden is like, oh, you going off to get fucked and laid? And Shane's like, no, I would not ever, never do that. About? And Hayden's like, yeah, all right, okay. Because guess what? He is, but Shane he hasn't told any, but not a single neither of them have. This is completely their secret that they have now kept for like 6 years.
Yeah. More than that, probably. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because when they go to the cabin, it's been 7. They have been with each other, but not with each other for 7 years.
I know. Well, and so Shane is on his way to the penthouse. They moved their hookups to his penthouse last year. So he's been there before. But he also, like, he really thinks it's significant that he gets to fuck Ilya in his, like, actual bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
But he's thinking to himself, we're not doing anything. I'm going to break this off tonight. But then Ilya opens the door wearing only sweatpants, and he doesn't say a word to Shane. He just opens the door and then, like, saunters back to his bedroom. And Shane follows him, being like, what the fuck? You don't even greet me? You're just, like, making me, follow you like a dog? And Ilya's like, shush, 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 and then makes out with him hard. And suddenly Shane has nothing to say to Ilya. There's nothing that needs to be said.
Yeah, well, and this is a really important, like, intimate scene because it's intimate in a way that they aren't usually. Yeah. Like, there's caressing.
Oh, God, yeah. So Shane starts off normally, like, just with the beaches that he loves, but Ilya stops him at a certain point and he says, I think I want to look at you tonight, so, like, how about you on top? And Shane's like, okay. And he's thinking to himself, like, that's not how we do things. Like, normally he just takes me from behind, either in a bed or against a wall or whatever. And he says, and then I can pretend that I'm thinking of somebody who's not Ilya Razanov. But he's like, okay, you know what? I can do this. We can just be two guys who want to have sex. That's fine. And so Ilya pats his thighs as he's sitting up against the headboard. And Shane also loves crawling to Ilya, which I fucking love.
Melody, you are going to scream. I'm thinking of a specific scene in the long game.
Really?
And you are going to scream.
Oh my God. So he straddles Ilya, and when they're actually, like, fucking.
Hey, actually, I want to have a quick conversation with listener. You can just.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll sign off
Melody.
for a sec.
Hey, listener, any of you who have read the long game, I suspect that you know which scene I'm thinking about right now that is going to make everyone scream, and it's the one that involves
BingBosoms@gmail.com.
Don't email. Don't email. I'll set a fucking filter until we record long game. I will set a filter, and all you'll get back in an email is fuck you. That's it. There's not gonna be a signature. There's not gonna be
fuck you, spoiler princess.
Fuck you. And notice how I don't spoiler princess things for you. I do the worst thing, actually,
you do.
Which is oh, you're gonna love this.
You know what? To the point that I think I was texting her in anguish, being like, how do I not just jump immediately to the long game? And then this bitch sends back something to the effect of, I recommend reading them in order. Like, of course you do, Sabrina. You're Sabrina Bradley. Of course you do.
Okay, hang on. To explain.
In my defense,
anybody who has read this series, it really is because by the time you get to long game,
yeah,
there's just
There's been so much that happens.
Well, you see things.
Yeah. I mean, just like we do with other ones.
Ilya shows up in all of the books and all of the things. And so, like, I promise you, Long Game will be so much more impactful for having had waited, because I know you're already a lunatic who skipped the first book. So you have no idea. You had no idea that Scott Hunter thing was coming at the end of this book.
No, but I knew something was going to happen.
Well, yeah, but like you didn't know what. I was sitting there I'm reading Heated Rivalry for the first time, chomping at the bit, going, "Oh my god, this is the season! This is the season that happens!" Oh my god, Melody, you're missing.
I can't wait to see that guy get fired for being a homophobe in book 1. Because we see it from their end of the spectrum in this book, and I'm like, "Oh, that's definitely that something happens."
I don't care about that.
Fair enough. Anyway, so. Okay.
I do care about that kiss, though. That kiss. My God.
Yeah, that kiss is really good, even from like the nosebleed seats. Anyway, so as he's riding him, Shane braces his hand on Ilya's chest, and he's really surprised because Ilya then covers his hand with his own hand. And then he gets like so overcome, and he flips them over so that he's on top. And then as Shane is about to come, he says, "Yes, sweetheart." Like, give it to me. But he calls him sweetheart. Oh my gosh. It's just bananas. It's so good. And after they clean up, Ilya like pats the mattress on the side of him. And once again, they end up laying next to each other. And Ilya's looking down at him like on his elbow. And Shane is noticing how, like, tenderly Ilya's looking at him. And again, this is weird. This is not what they do. And it makes him nervous. And then Ilya starts just, like, putting kisses all over his, like, face and his jaw and his freckles and his throat. And then he says something in Russian. And Shane's like, "Huh?" And he goes, "You could stay tonight." And at first, Shane is like, "What? No, I couldn't possibly." But then after Ilya, like, talks him into it, he's like, "Oh, okay." And then they just, like, make out on the bed for a while without escalating things at all.
And then Ilya makes them tuna melts.
Ilya says, "Are you hungry?" And Shane says, "For what?" And Ilya says, "Food." And then he gets up and he makes them tuna melts.
He also,
cooks them himself.
very importantly, he knows that Shane Hollander's favorite drink is ginger ale, so he stocked
ginger ale special.
He has ginger ale in his fridge, and then they're just sitting watching a game.
He says it like twice too. He's like, "Oh, don't you love that shit? Like, I've got some in the thing." And then he reminds him to go get a ginger ale. It's really cute.
Well, and then Shane notices that he's like, "How did he know I like ginger ale? I never said that." And then he realizes that he knows Ilya's choice of drink is Coke. Yeah. And it's not like they ever explicitly said that. It's just via osmosis.
They've just spent enough time together
and
after
like
6 years.
Knowing each other because like they're constantly aware of the other person. And then they're like on the couch and it's like so important.
Wait, they have a weird conversation, Sabrina. I'm sorry, it's weird.
Which one?
And this is, no, we can't.
Is it about the girls?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird, Ilya. Would just ask what you want to ask out loud. Don't be a weirdo. Anyway, he like.
Have you met Ilya?
I know, but just like, it was so. I don't know. Sitting from Shane's perspective, if I had heard this conversation from someone that I had just had like transcendental sex with or whatever, and now they were feeding me, I would be so fucking confused.
Well,
and
Shane is confused.
Yeah.
So basically the gist of this, listener, is that Rosnov is like, "So do you like girls?" And Shane's like, "I mean, yeah, I guess I like them." And he's like, "Well, I never hear about you with them." And Shane's like, "Well, it's private. I keep it a secret. Clearly I'm decent at keeping secrets because like this has been going on for 6 fucking years."
Yeah, but he starts this conversation by being like, "What are your favorite cities to go to?" And then he turns that into, "Oh yeah, New York's one of my favorite cities because I've got like a lady I can fuck there all the time. And with 3 teams around there, like I get there a lot." And he's like, "Yeah, I love having a regular person to fuck in every city."
Hey,
and Shane's
Melody,
like, "Uh-huh.
The reason you have troubles with this is because you're not emotionally constipated and in the closet.
Okay.
That's why you think this conversation is weird. That's why you're like, what the fuck is it's because you're not emotionally constipated and in the closet like Ilya Rosnov is.
Yeah, I guess.
He is trying to ask, he is trying to probe for information that he does not know how to ask.
I know.
The vulnerable question of, which is basically, do you have a bitch in every zip code too, Shane? Or is it just
Or am
me?
I the only one? Yeah.
Because he's trying to figure out where he is on this. Because listener, spoiler alert, this is about to, like, we are about to hit the point where it flips over into Feelings Town instead of just Pound Town.
Yeah. Well, and meanwhile, Shane is confused on a couple of different levels at this point, right? Like, first of all, he doesn't know what Ilya is trying to accomplish by reminding him that he fucks other people in other cities. But also, he is thinking to himself, like, yeah, I mean, I like girls, but also they don't, like, do a ton for me. And he's thinking about the sex that he's had with women and how, like, lackluster or, like, disappointing it's been specifically for them. How he likes blowjobs better because then he can, like, think about, like, anybody doing it instead of, like, the person who's actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And he finally comes to the conclusion that, like, it almost feels hopeless because Shane thinks to himself, like, there's gotta be a girl out there in the world who can make me feel like, and he's like, oh shit, make me feel like only Ilya Razanov does. And that's a really tough place to be. Emotionally, like everything, right? Because he knows that Ilya does not
only with just a fuck buddy, but this specific fuck buddy where there's not an option, even if
they both wanted to come out.
If he confessed his interest and Ilya returned that interest, there's nothing they can do about it.
Mm-mm.
They're stuck. There's not a single world where they can be together openly. Yeah. Because, like, okay, it would be shocking to have a publicly gay hockey player.
Right.
But rivals?
Yeah.
That's just not an option.
It's not rivals on the ice. Like, the media has turned it into rivals / hate each other personally. Yeah, hate each other personally as well. Anyway, so then Ilya has been on the phone with his brother for a minute or whatever, and then he comes back in and he clears the plates, and then he initiates cuddling on the couch. He puts Shane with his back to Ilya's chest, and, like, they're snuggling on the couch, and it says that Shane was not expecting it, but he goes willingly, very, very willingly. And then Ilya starts touching up on him, and they end up frauding, because this is one of the times when Shane, like, really takes the reins, because he's really frustrated with Ilya not escalating things more. And he's like, oh, you know what? Fuck this. I can do something about this. So he turns around and takes the dominant position in, like, this making out and frauding situation. And he mumbles, like, accidentally to himself, why do I need this so much?
Mm-hmm.
And then a little while later, he says, you like that? You gonna come, Razanov? And it says, Ilya says, fucking make me, Hollander. And then as he comes, he yells Shane's name, Shane. That makes Shane come, because that's, like, the craziest, most intimate thing.
Shane. And he came in hot bursts, coating Shane's hand. And Shane comes with the sound of his first name being spoken in a breathless Russian accent still ringing in his ears. They held each other, both breathing heavily as they waited for their hearts to stop racing. But Shane didn't think his heart would ever stop racing. Shane.
No.
He called me Shane. He pulled back so he could see Rosnov's face and was shocked to see him staring at him with the same wide-eyed terror that Shane felt. Ilya, he said, barely more than a whisper. Ilya didn't answer. Instead, he crushed their mouths together and kissed Shane in a raw, uncontrolled way that felt like an apology.
Oh my God. And so Shane understandably freaks out a bit, and he's just like, oh, cannot stay, absolutely cannot, gotta go. I've got, like, a team meeting I just invented, ha! And Ilya thinks he's, like, being dramatic and he's joking and he's going to get over it. And then Shane
Mm-hmm.
actually puts on his shoes and his coat, and Ilya's like, oh, fuck. And it's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he ends up kind of figuring himself out. He's, oh my God, like, what is happening? And now he's kind of in a little spiral, right? And then we end up, it's later, and he gets a call from one of his teammates saying like, hey, come to this party, because he's back in Montreal now.
Yeah.
And he's like, come to this party. And he actually says
there
yes.
are movie stars there.
He says yes. And usually he doesn't, which this was so relatable, because he's like, I should just go at the very least for a little while, because otherwise I'm going to get hourly phone calls from my friend telling me what I'm missing out on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, I would
Fair.
also go just to curb that, at least for a little while. So then he goes to this party. He ends up, it's a local, they're filming a movie locally in Montreal. He ends up meeting the lead actress, Rose.
In an X-Men movie. Her name is Rose Landry. Also, though,
I'm so sorry, Melody. It's called X Squad.
Okay, yeah.
Hashtag copyright TM.
Sure, Jan. So anyway, I don't know if we made it clear. There's been a couple of times throughout this where, like, early on, Shane will say that, like, now he's noticing men. And then this time when he goes out to the bar, he gets a drink from a bartender who's clearly flirting with him. And he's, like, really noticing that that's a possibility. And he doesn't hate it. And he thinks the guy's kind of cute. And he doesn't know how to feel about that.
Well, what we're witnessing, listener, is his deconditioning.
Yes.
He was socialized to be attracted to women. And so he was socially attracted to women because that is just the expectation. But he's not actually physically or sexually attracted to women. And so he's having to recondition himself and basically be like, okay, this is a whole new world.
Yes, he has to start feeling comfortable about it, right? And so at this party, Rose Landry ends up approaching him with fritters.
Her.
I do too. She's the best.
She's such an absolute delight.
She's
so
a
he meets
sweetheart.
Rose Landry. She's one of the lead actresses. They end up bonding about like, well, like I'm not in one place super often. I'm traveling all the time. I'm famous to really, like, it's not like we can get on Hinge.
Yeah.
You know? Like, how do you meet people?
Yeah. Rose grew up in Michigan, so she's also a hockey fan. She knows who he is. They both, like, spent summers in a cabin on a lake. They have a lot in common.
Well, and because they deal with similar media attentions, like, there's not this hero worship thing between the two of them.
Yeah. So he asks how long she's going to be in town for. And by the smile on her face, he knows she understands what he's really asking. And so by the end of the party, they exchange numbers.
And then, listener, we zippy zap to Ilya's perspective. He walks downstairs in his in the hotel.
Ilya's just trying to have a continental fucking breakfast, okay? Ilya's minding his own goddamn business, just going down for maybe a waffle, okay?
And then his teammates are like, dude, you'll never guess what just happened. And he's like, what? And they say, there's Shane Hollander's dating Rose Landry.
He looks at basically page 6.
And Ilya's like, there's no fucking way that is happening.
What?
But it is. And he's like, oh my God, this is it. This is the end of it. Because this is exactly what Shane Hollander is meant to do. Like, because there's no confirmation that he's gay, just gay. And so he's like, he's going to marry this actor. He's going to date her and they're going to get along and they're going to get married and they're going to end up with a white picket fence and 2.5 kids and like all of these things.
And Ilya thinks to himself, like, and it doesn't even matter. Like, why would I care? It's just like a convenience thing. You know, I just find a new person in Montreal. Everything's fine. And like, why would it matter to me, Ilya Rosanov, that Shane Hollander is not available anymore?
And then the next time that he's in Montreal,
which is 1 week
Shane's
later,
point of view, Shane gets invited out to the nightclub by his girlfriend, Rose Landry.
First, he does not text Ilya. And Ilya does not text him after the game. To the point that, like, when Rose...
this feels like basic common courtesy. Even your fuck buddy, it just feels courteous to be like, hey, just letting you know.
Yeah.
I'm in an exclusive relationship now.
Right. Yeah, no, they both just silent treatment each other. And to the point that, like, when Rose texts him...
You're ghosting this man after 6 years of taking his dick?
I don't know, man. These boys are very confusing to me.
They are emotionally constipated, is what they are.
Yeah. So Rose texts Shane to invite him out to a club, and he thinks it's going to be Ilya, and it says that he's both relieved and disappointed that it's Rose texting him to go out to a club. And he's like, God, I hate a club. Hate a club. But, like, when your hot, wonderful movie star girlfriend invites you out, you go.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, and, like, he can tell that her gay co-star is pretty, into it, and he's given him some eyes. And Shane does not hate that, but he's also with Rose. So, like, it makes him a little bit uncomfortable. He doesn't know what to do with himself, even though he kind of, wouldn't mind if Miles, who knows, really. So Rose asks him out to dance, and he very begrudgingly goes. And he's, like, trying to, move his body a little bit. It says he has his fingers, like, as light as possible on her waist. And he knows what he should be doing. He should be touching her and teasing her.
To be into her, but he doesn't actually have those impulses.
Yeah.
And then from Ilya's point of view, he's sulking. And then his teammates are like, let's go party. We're going to go get our mind off of what's been going on. And so he and his buddies, he and his teammates go out to a club, and lo and fucking behold, it is the same club that Shane and Rose are in right now.
And he's like, if I can't be safe from Shane Hollander at a club, where can I be safe from him? He's so mad.
Melody, I don't know. Have you ever experienced that before?
Being in a club?
No, where there is a person that you no longer, like, you're, like, avoiding them.
Yes, yeah.
And you go to, like, the one fucking place that they would never be.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're there. Yeah. And they have a legitimate reason to be there. Yeah. And it's like, because, like, if they had just shown up to piss you off, okay, fine, I can handle that. If you're now in totally this space because you legitimately just want to be here, I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you with every fiber of my being, and it is unnecessary.
Right.
It is an irrational response. You're a human being with agency, and you are allowed in this public space, but also...
No, but also, you don't have to, like, put my nose in it. Yeah. Like, that's what you're doing right now, Shane Hollander.
This is the one place.
I know. So he goes to the other side of the dance floor, and he immediately finds a woman to grind his dick up on.
And he's making out with her.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Miles comes over, and so Shane kind of extracts himself from that dancing situation and is going to go back. But then he sees Ilya on the dance floor all up on this lady, kissing on her neck and making out with her. Whispering her ear.
This is not how this scene went down in reality, but I just pictured it as Shane standing across the room with a single spotlight on him.
I know.
Like, looking across, staring at Ilya with the look on his face like...
I mean, just devastated, honestly. And he realizes that, like, similar to your spotlight situation, he realizes he's standing stock still in the middle of a dance floor, just staring at Ilya Rozanov be all over another lady. And Ilya then sees him, and he decides to make the most of it. So he whispers into this lady's ear while he's staring straight at Shane, showing him just how into this woman he is. And he's like, should we move this somewhere else? Meanwhile, he's touching up on her. He's kissing her neck. And from Ilya's perspective, the girl tells him that, like, no, she's here with her boyfriend. He just really likes watching her with other people. So, like, she'll be going home with him tonight. And Ilya's like, the fuck? And so she leaves. And then when he looks over, Shane is gone. Because he just did that really fucked up thing where he made eye contact with him and then, like, grabbed a tit. It's not nice, Ilya Rozanov. Nope.
So we end up zippy-zapping into a little private date with Shane and Rose. And Shane and Rose are talking, and
Shane thinks to himself, I really like Rose. Wow. Do I enjoy being in a relationship with her? I love talking to her.
I am so sad that sex must be so disappointing for her.
Well, yeah. And he's like, I love talking to her. I love hanging out with her. I love, we did have sex those 2 times. And like, the second time was better than the first time, but like not by that much. And he got really nervous because he knew that like the star part of his image is not gonna do anything for her when he like totally shits the bed performing for her. And so then he like gets more nervous and it's even worse. And she's just a doll about it and they have sex or whatever. But yeah, he sits down and she's like, hey, so FYI, so many of my co-stars are jealous. And he's like, of me? And she's like, no, of me, especially Miles. Miles thinks that you're so cute. And he's like, low-key in love with you. And Shane's like, whoa, okay. And she's like, Shane, are you surprised that Hollywood heartthrob is gay? And he's like, no, I guess I just like didn't really think about it. And he's like, why is she asking me this? What's going on? It says he feels like he's at the other end of a slap shot and he's just like bracing himself for like whatever's going to come next.
And then she's basically like, so we're kind of like a round peg in a square hole, huh? Aren't we?
She says, I have a feeling I'm not really doing it for you. And he's like, what? No, I like you so much. I like you. And she's like, yeah, but like you like talking to me. Do you like kissing me? And he's like, sure. And she's like, oh, what enthusiasm.
Real convincing.
Okay.
and then he's like, okay, you can't, like, this is private. You can't, like, tell anything to anybody. And he's like, I prefer to be the hole rather than the peg.
I loved that line. It's so good.
It's so funny. And, like, so basically they are like, okay, well, that's fine. And she's like, if we should definitely stay friends.
I want to be best friends.
Actually mean let's be friends, because it sounds like, based on the fact that you just said, I'm literally the only person that you've ever said that out loud to, except for the person that you sometimes let stick their dick in you. I'm the only person who knows. So,
and I would love to be a support for you, really.
Yeah, and so they end up with like just the cutest relationship. I love them. They end up friends.
Same.
And I love that she wasn't shoehorned into the rest of the book, because it would have been very easy for it to be a continuous point of conflict, and it's not.
But I also like, love that she isn't completely dropped.
Exactly. Like, if she really does just become a friend.
Yeah.
And it's just really lovely. Okay, so they end up just being like besties the rest of the book, and we get a little bit of him talking to her and her talking to him, but most importantly, he's like, okay, I can finally accept, from his point of view, very importantly, he's like, I'm gay.
I'm gay.
I'm not bisexual. I think that I'm just gay. And he has ended that, but importantly, he does not text Ilya about it. And meanwhile, Ilya is still a fussy little nugget about the fact that Shane is gonna fall in love and get married and have 2.5 children and a white picket fence in the suburbs with Rose Landry. And he's like trying to fuck his way through being okay with that.
Yeah.
And he's like,
So he's in Boston with a naked Svetlana, and Svetlana's awesome because she's the daughter of like a former hockey star, and she loves hockey, and she knows like probably more about it than Ilya does, and he loves talking to her about it.
Well, especially because she doesn't give a fuck. She's like, okay, you're a famous hockey star. Bet. I had fucking dinner with one of those every single fucking night. Cool.
Right.
That goaltender sucks. Like,
yeah. Meanwhile, Ilya's sitting there because she's like, okay, are we going to have sex again, or like, should I get dressed? And he's like, why don't you get dressed? And he can tell she's surprised. And then he thinks to himself, like, why is it that all of these wonderful, beautiful, super sexy, amazing women, I can have an experience with them and then be totally sated, and yet I cannot get enough of Shane when we're together or when we're not? It says, no one set him on fire like Shane Hollander. And then he thinks to himself, like, but he's not an option. Like, he's even more not an option right now because he was never an option. But now he's with somebody else and he's probably going to get married and like have a bulldog together or whatever stupid, boring stuff.
If you think Ilya thinks that man is going to get a bulldog and not like a fucking Pomeranian or a Shih Tzu, you're insane.
Okay. A golden retriever? I don't care. Anyway.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is a golden retriever.
Yeah, it's a golden retriever or a lab.
It's a golden retriever.
It might be a chocolate lab. Yeah. Anyway. And so he and Svetlana talk, and she's like, oh, man, aren't you going to see Shane Hollander at the All-Stars next week? Because, like, I love him. He's so good, and he's such a cutie. And Ilya's like, yeah, he is very good. And she's like, and cute. And he's like, and then that's where we're going to leave you.
Yeah. We're stopping here because this is kind of the perfect halfway point. This is we're past just sex. We are past just rivalry because Shane is realizing, okay, I'm gay. I'm not bisexual. I'm not straight. I'm not whatever. And I'm specifically interested in Ilya. And Ilya is finally recognizing and more importantly,
admitting to
acknowledging to himself that like, there's something about Shane, like most anybody else, I would fuck and get it out of my system. But every single time with Shane leaves me wanting more.
And it literally says like everything and everyone else, Ilya's basically indifferent about, except for Shane. And and so now he's looking forward to seeing him at All-Stars and he's thinking like, is Rose Landry going to be there? Am I going to have to see Shane with someone else?
Yeah.
Oh.
And like, oh God.
And like, who knows from there? You know what I mean? And this is your gift from us. Congratulations. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry November. Go read the book. It's your gift.
And like, just a reminder, this coming out the first week of December. And the last week of this month, you're getting the long game.
Yeah. And we're still scheming, so, like, don't hold me to this, but we're thinking of doing, like, every other week watch parties of the Heated Rivalry show. And I think it would be really, really fun.
To be clear, don't stop screaming at all streaming services to bring it all of the places.
Yes.
It's just we're cahooting.
We're trying to make it happen.
Behind the sings, we'll see. So anyway, what's your lady love, Mel?
Great question. Hold on. What's my lady love? Lady love. Oh, lady love.
Oh, no. I know my anti-lady love.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
It's you somehow getting a song stuck in my head that I cannot think of what the actual song is, so I can't even run it. It's like it's like having the thought of a song stuck in my head. What was that?
Baby love, my baby love, I need you. Oh, how I need your love.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's what I needed. And that was awful. It was like, wasn't
take
even
your love away.
You didn't even get the song stuck in my head. You just bored a hole in my brain that was the shape of the song, but I didn't know it actually fit in it. That was heinous. That was awful.
I love it.
Okay,
I love
your
it.
turn.
Okay.
No, not your turn. I do actually have a lady love, by the way.
I have one.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm not leaving on an anti-lady love, okay?
Oh, okay.
Continue.
Okay. Mine is a social media follow. On Instagram, it's at Hey Claire Wyckoff, ClaireWyckoff. She is a comedian and content creator, and my favorite one of her intermittent series, because she'll post like something from the same theme every once in a while. One of them is running as a woman or like running as a man, maybe it is. And she dresses up as a man and then does all the things that women would do. You know what I mean? But like with man clothes on so she can be safe. That's one of them. And then the other one is Rage Gardening the Oligarchy. And another one is her forest meditations. So rage gardening is literally a series of like tiny snippets of her doing things in the garden and making like democracy is burning and garden puns all mixed together and then like throwing bricks and stuff. It's so funny and it's so good. And then the other one, she calls it her forest meditation. And it's her standing on the most giant log you can find and then just like screaming into the void as loud as she can. And it all makes me really happy. But rage gardening for the oligarchy is always incredibly clever and topical and gardening and delicious. So
I'm so happy.
Thanks.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Melody and listener, you might notice a small theme in some of my upcoming Lady Loves. And it's because, unsurprisingly, when I sink my teeth into something I'm interested in, I tend to shake it around until it's not just dead, but mangled. And so my Lady Love this week is hockey related.
Oh, indeed.
Just like it was the last time we recorded. So the season has started. My local season. My local team. Baton Rouge Zydeco. Fucking let's go Zydeco. We love you. I do anyway. And last week, me and a couple of friends, we have season tickets, right? And so one of my friends couldn't make it. And so she just gave me her 2 tickets. And so I was like, because like, I don't mind going alone. I'm not like, I have no problem going to a hockey game alone. But I was like, I wonder, like, let me think about it. And so I invited my 2 of my friends from New Orleans because Baton Rouge is halfway between us. And I was like, I haven't seen them in a while. That's a great time to see them. They can come see hockey, like, especially because the game was on Halloween night.
Yes.
Right? So, like, half the people that I would invite can't go because they have kids that they're going to go trick-or-treating with or, like, blah, blah, blah. So my buddies came to see the game with me last Friday. And then I get a text message from them Saturday night when I did go with my friend. Like, she used her season tickets and we went together on Saturday. And I get a text message at about, I don't know, 3 or 4 saying, hey, what are your seats again? I think we're going to come to the game after Ren Faire.
Uh-oh.
And I was like,
oh no.
But no, it's not an no. They were going to buy 10. They knew that I was there with friends, but they enjoyed the night before so much that they came, and it was like they came in full Ren Faire regalia because they came straight from Ren Faire, and they were like, it feels a little awkward, but also like we really want to come see hockey. And so my Lady Love is get interested in something and drag your friends hooting and hollering with you because like it's Southern Louisiana. Hockey is not really a thing here, but being like, I don't know, I guess be the vehicle to get people interested in
the ambassador of your interest,
these niche thing, you know, like just fucking take a like these people have never been to a hockey game. Y'all want to come see hockey? Oh God. Yeah. I don't even know what I think maybe my Lady Love is fuck it. Go to a hockey game in full Ren Faire regalia because it was awesome. Even better. This was so fun. They did the kiss cam that night. And so I know him and one of his partners. I haven't met one of his other partners, but he had two of his partners were there with him that night.
Yeah.
And the kiss cam landed on them because they're in full regalia. There was no way it wasn't going to land on them at one point. And apparently they had all talked about it prior. They were like, so if the kiss cam lands on us, like, you're kissing both of us, right?
We're all
and
kissing,
like,
right?
Well, yeah, like, right? And it did. And then he kissed both. He was in the middle, so he kissed both of them. And then, like, the whole crowd went fucking crazy. And it was so cute. And the announcer was like, luckiest man in the arena tonight. And I was like, you're fucking right, bro. You are so right. So, like, I don't know. Just fucking live your best Renaissance polyamorous life and just go see some hockey. That's what, like, I don't know. I don't know how to turn this into a Lady Love. I think I just needed to tell you the story about that night because I was so excited when they were like, there's a game tonight, right?
Yeah.
What's the info? And they came and it was just,
I love it.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, okay, but next time I want you to issue them a challenge.
Okay.
If they are to show up on the kiss cam again, I want a 3-way kiss.
I don't know that they're partners. I don't know that they're.
Oh, do they not cross over?
I think they're meta. They might be meta. I don't know. I don't know all the details.
Okay.
I just know that he got to kiss both
who
of
knows?
them. Who knows? Actually, I found out one of them has listened to Pod before, so maybe they'll hear this Lady Love before I ever get around to telling them about Lady Love. They're my Lady Love, I guess.
Wonderful. All right.
Anyway, damn, I just realized, like, maybe I shouldn't am I allowed to tell this story? It's not even a remotely me-specific thing. I'm just blasting all of their hockey, Ren Faire.
It's all anonymous.
Smooching.
It's fine. It's fine. Plus, it was in front of an arena of people. I feel like it's fine.
God, this is so true. It was just so fun. I loved it so much. Oh, yeah. God. I'll send you a picture of us being excited because you'll love it. Anyway, all right. Keep being a badass and love yourself as much as you love your best friend finally reading a book that you've been screaming at them about for years and getting to re-experience the book for the first time through their eyes.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's so good, Sabrina.
That's my second Lady Love. It's also my Keep Being a Badass. My Keep Being a Badass is also my second Lady Love. I have 2 of them this week. I want 2.
That's right. And you get 2. Just like we get 2 weeks.
Oh my God. I'm so excited. I might reread it again before we
You have to. I'm going to reread the second half for sure. You better get ready for my notes to be 5 more pages. Okay. By the time we get
can't
to
be a
next week.
3-parter. We can't do a Judy
Garland.
No. Is it a Judy Garland? No, isn't that
Julie Garwood, I think.
Yep. That is it.
I think.
That is it.
Yeah.
Isn't Judy Garland
she's a singer. She's Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't she also what's her name's mom? Leia's mom? I think she might have been Leia's mom.
Listener, love yourself as much as you love not knowing about actors or actresses, whether it's Judy Garland or Harrison Ford.
But knowing that one of them is definitely dead. Bye.
At least one of them. Bye. Is Judy Garland dead?
Oh, God, so dead.
Okay.
She was like a 1940s star, yeah.
Oh no, what if she's not?
Thank you for listening. Next week, we'll be back with the second half of Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reid. Those will be episodes 3 and 4. Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by the ultra-talented author Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That one small action is a huge way to help the show. If you want to get in touch with us for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomespodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms, on TikTok at Heaving_Bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult. See you next week.